Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 30. We are here at the National Bison Range, which you can't not only see bison, like you can see them all along. You see those little people? Those are like little dots. Those are bison. A lot of them. You can also see elk and like all kinds of other animal. There's one right up here, and then I think that's a big pronged or something, a pronghorned antelope. It's hard to tell, but there's animals all over the place. You gotta come early in the morning or in the evening when they're most active. There's buffalo up there on the hill, everywhere. Yo, look at him. Big guy. Look at that, there's a baby bear. Oh my goodness. What? Not only do you find wildlife out here, but you get amazing views all around. Except right now that wildfire is really blazing. You can smell the smoke actually. It's kind of crazy. There's the sun. There's the sun. That's cool. I mean, you can see around for miles. Just look at that. Just imagine, no, don't even imagine, just come out here and see what it's like, especially without smoke. Oh my gosh, it's hard to breathe, man. It's ridiculous. It's crazy how wildfires do that. And it's still like 30, 40 miles away, the wildfires, if not more. Check it out, there's a giant elk over there, but he just ran away. Because I showed up. Look, there he is, looking right at me. He saw me coming. Now, for what you expect when you come to the buffalo refuge. Look at him. Oh, he's coming at me. Oh, no, he's not. He stopped. Look at him. What's up, guys? He's just staring. Yo, look at this guy. He's on the ground. I've seen that before. I forget what he's doing. He's probably like itching something. Yo, he's making a lot of noise. Ew, look at those nasty tongues. Alrighty, my friends, we are now just down the road from the bison range, probably like 10 miles down the highway, like 93, I think it is, at the Garden of 1,000 Buddhas. Dang, actually, there are 1,000 of them here. That's ridiculous. People left quarters and pennies and stuff like that. Really interesting. Look, it's so foggy you can't even see the helicopter, but it's literally right there. It's just coming into sight. That's how bad it is with all the snow. I guess you wouldn't call it fog though then. But I believe this thing is like a completely privately done thing. It's like right off the road. It's not really well marked. You'll want to look up the address before coming and put it into your GPS, but that's pretty cool. Hard to see. Hold on, let me get a better view of that sun. There we go. Sun, man, look at you. It's causing some problems. There you go. What? There we go. So not only is there like the giant circle that you can like walk around that has all the Buddhas, but they have like a pond and the flowers are beautiful here, that's for sure. It's like a garden. There's a little pond here. And then you can come up here to the hilltop. Some weird thing made out of fabric and jeans. Oh, you can go under it. What? Whew. It's so weird. And then that's pretty much the Garden of 1,000 Buddhas. I mean, it's not much to it, but... Alrighty guys, so now we've warped over to Garnet Ghost Town. It's like here like in the middle of like a forest kind of thing. It's an old abandoned ghost town from like the 1890s, I think. And they used to mine gold here and then it busted in like 1947. So let's go take a look. So we're standing up here in the top floor of the hotel, one of the nicest hotels in like a 100-mile radius back in the day. This is where you'd pay 50 cents a night just to lay out a bed, like a sleeping bag, and sleep, that kind of thing. The second floor, there was rooms for $2 a night, and you'd get breakfast and dinner. And then there's rooms that were $6 a night, and you get breakfast and dinner.
And I had a boyfriend. We went on a hike off the trail, the bike trail over there. And we told his uncle that we were going to Wallace, Idaho. He said, "You know, when I was your age, we didn't bring our girlfriends to Wallace." Yeah.
Dang, that's some old stuff. They used newspaper as insulation. Now, this was supposedly a jail. They only used it once. It's kind of crazy. Some guy supposedly shot and killed someone's dog, so he went to jail. And then they turned it into a house. Welcome to the blacksmith shop. That's pretty cool. Has some old nails. Whoa. Welcome to the stable. Check out this house.
Toys from the family that lived here, the Adams family.
This is what a family would buy, or make, actually, I should say. Did most families make their own place, or did they buy it? Somebody else who had already made it.
At this era, they would have bought it.
They would have bought it. Okay. And there's a 3 people house over there. 3 seats. Now, to take you back to the hotel real quick, this is the hotel. I want to show you something really cool. This is the front door, but there's another door up there, and there was never a balcony. What it is the like chariot would pull up. There's like a pulley system up there on that tree, and they would lift the luggage up with that pulley right there, and then in to there, so that way they didn't have to carry it up the stairs, I guess. Interesting. And here's the saloon, I believe. No, this is the mercantile store. This is where they would sell all kinds of stuff. They have like a wood burning stove. It's probably a furnace, like heat stuff. You'll work it. Oh, there's a back room. Storage room. Actually, literally can't see much in. Looks like they would slide stuff down into here. This was the saloon. Like, that's original stuff. Like, that's crazy. So somebody actually came, and they, like, when people used to raid the towns after they, like, died, somebody stole this, and they took it all the way to Florida, and then when they found out that the land became BLM, they returned it. So it went all the way to Florida and then back. Pretty crazy. And then upstairs is where naughty business would happen. And here's like one of their chariot. I don't know if that's the right word, but the wagon, horse-drawn wagon chariot. And so that's the Garnet Ghost Town for you guys. I will say, on the northern end, there's like 6 miles of dirt road to get here, and on the southern end, there's like 11 miles of dirt road. But if you don't have a 4-wheel drive, high clearance vehicle, you want to enter through the north, because the south sides, both south entrances, can destroy the underneath of your car if you don't have high clearance. Alrighty, so we are now at the Grant Coors Ranch National Historic Site. It's like an hour and a half away from where we just were. I don't even know what to expect. It's a different kind of national park. We'll find out. It's supposedly like a ranch that's currently like in use. It's like there's a blacksmith here today, and like they're gonna do a ranch house tour later, which I might not be here for, but we'll figure it out. You have to walk around though, and I'll tell you, it's like 90 degrees out right now, and it's humid, and it's smoky still. So we're close to the fires, but whew, kind of like a free-for-all kind of thing. Like, you try a door and see if it opens, and see what's inside. Oh, it's air conditioning here. Oh, the old school dining kitchen. Looks like office kind of triangle hanging outside the cookhouse door. Nice. Right here in the kitchen. It's kind of hard to do picture video because there's all this glass. The tap room / lighthouse. Oh yeah, look, you can see the set.
the time, of course.
Here's the blacksmith shop. Ooh. Got a horse here. How to see into the barn. A very different kind of national park experience. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. A mountain buggy. Different trains, I guess. Call for different things. Stock and hooving trimmer. Oh, they put that in the horse. They put the horse in there to trim his hooves. But yeah. Into the sun. Into the light. Oh no. And look, they have Santa's sleigh, but in green. But I guess they had horses pull that in the snow, I guess. See, I don't get how that would like work though. Like, how does that float on top of the snow? Not float, like stay on top of the snow. Especially when it's like not packed down and stuff. You have a lot of weight up there. I don't get that. I have to see that in action. Oh, potato. Oh, listen, not slicer. I thought it was slicer. I was like, that would have been cool. There's only 4 things you need in life. It's watermelon, chicken, potatoes, and ice cream. You live off of that. It's just my opinion. Alright, so if you live on a ranch, you probably know what this is already like, but if you're whole new to like the whole like West cowboy sort of experience, and this is an eye-opening experience for you. So consider it. Definitely the only national park that is dedicated to highlighting the ranch history of America. Alrighty, welcome to the capital of Montana now. This is Helena. Helena, I think I'm saying it right. Helena. Yeah, Helena, Montana. This is the Capitol building right here. You go inside and check it out. So there's a self-guided tour that you can do. Now the real interesting thing is when you first come in, like there's no security check, nothing. You just walk in and nobody asks you anything or whatever. Look at this. But yeah, it's a nice building though. It's definitely got that old feel to it. Like look at that. I've never seen this kind of feel in any other state capital. Not even California's, which I would expect. Especially it being in Sacramento. That's the governor's mansion. But still. And then check out the stained glass they have. That's really nice. This is even better right here. That's nice. This is definitely a unique building. I know this is random, but look, out in the parking lot, there's a Jeep. Somebody put a Jaguar logo on their Jeep. But now we're at the Cathedral of St. Helena. It's St. Helena Cathedral, either way. In Europe, you can do interchangeable. That's why I'm thinking like that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Something's going on. Is it a wedding? No way. They're totally having a wedding. And look at that, they have a baptism pool too. That's pretty cool. Their organ is massive in the background. Look at that organ. So those last two things I showed you were the baptism pool and the organ that's on the back wall. In case you missed to go back and look at that, but I think that was a wedding. They look very dressed up. So maybe it was like a rehearsal. I don't know how weddings usually work. Do you rehearse the actual wedding once before? Maybe that's what they were doing. But yeah, I didn't want to ask because I didn't want to interrupt if it really was a wedding. Man, this really is an interesting city. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like nothing like I've experienced before when visiting. Like, I don't know. Up there's the fire lookout tower. You can go up there. You can't actually climb the tower, but that's where they look out for fires, I guess, or in the past. And it's cool because parking here is like really cheap. It's like 25 cents for every half hour, so 50 cents an hour. It's funny how they write it down as 25 cents a half hour, but or free. Like next to the visitor center, it's free. Some other places it's free. They have like a full street, or like 3 blocks of like street that's all like shopping. It's like a foot mall. And then they have this Reader's Alley, which is just like a bunch of stores and like, but like in a cooler looking setup. Barbershop. Dalton Abbey. Isn't that like a UK thing? Mountain West Voices. All kinds of interesting things. I mean, this is so weird. Like, this is mixed with like the downtown city. It's just weird. It's not normal, but I like it. But I think that's gonna be it for Helena. I mean, there's not too much to do though. There's a couple cool museums, but it's past opening time for museums, and that's Friday now. Alright, look at that. Up there on the top of the mountain, that's... What is that? A statue of, like, God? It's like a copy off of... Oh, why am I blanking on the country right now? It's totally like a copy. That is ridiculous. Look, now I'm down in Butte, the city of Butte, and you can see it all the way up there. You can actually take a bus and go tour up there, supposedly. There's so much to do here in Butte, though. It's like a very historically important part of American history and whatnot. So now we are at the Berkeley pit. Now, what's really cool, first of all, is that when I got here, I was talking to the lady about like what I was doing. We had a really long conversation about all the history here. She taught me so many things that probably the visitor center would have taught me, but since they're closed and it's the weekend now, they're not open. But she taught me so many things that we just talked, and like this is just one example of like how like sharing with people about what you're doing, like it impacts them, and sometimes it leads them to help you out. And so like she let me have free admission. Even though it's only $2, it's not that much. I probably still would have bought it, but she invited me to come for free because she liked what I was doing. She heard about what I was doing, and that's one of the ways that, like, by having a greater purpose, by, you know, even the fact she just was glad that I was going out exploring and learning. I think that's what really prompted her to let me come and see this. And so now I'm going to share it with all of you guys, but that's just something I really wanted to highlight is the fact that if you share with people about what you're doing, it's unbelievable what will happen. So let's take a look at this. This is the Berkeley pit. Now, what this is the remnants of a giant copper mine. They started a new one just behind it, but this is all being filled with what is underneath, the water from the ground. And this water is super toxic because of the mining that was done below it. This is like a 1 mile deep, 1 mile across, and when so the lady back there, she was telling me that her father used to drive the dump trucks down. It took an hour to drive down and 2 hours to drive back up because they had to go like around the edges. But right now it's so acidic that they have to like shoot off cannons to keep birds from landing in it. Like when like migrating flocks come, they've lost like thousands of birds before because they land in there and it's just super acidic. Like if you were to go and touch it, you'd probably lose your hand. Like it's just ridiculous. So that's what this is now. It's pretty serious. They are trying to find a way to fix it and whatnot and like process the water, but it's ridiculous. And so after checking that thing out, I was really surprised and really shocked, and I wanted to go thank the lady again for letting me go in for free. And you know what she did? She actually gave me a whole bag of their huckleberry mixed nut caramelized popcorn. Like, she didn't have to do any of this, yet she wanted to because she loved what I was doing. And it's just people like that who are there to help you along the way. You meet people like this all the time. I promise you, it might seem like hard to believe and like it might take some time before people start like really helping you and stuff like that, but they're out there. There are great people out there, and that's one of the things I love so much about traveling is meeting these awesome people. So
that's why I really share about all this, and that's why I wanted to share this little piece of information, because like it's just mind-blowing how these things work, and I just have to thank God for it every single day, because He is the one who makes all of this happen.
Now, this town of Butte / maybe city, like, it is really, really cool. It's like all back from like the 1850s. Like everything's back like original from when they were doing like all the mining. I mean, just look at all the buildings and everything. You have like the old mine bank building and like everything. Some things are like remodeled and whatnot, but it's really, really cool. I mean, look at the buildings. They're like the old brick. Look at the trim at the top. That is so cool. There's like graffiti on the walls, like the old ads that you like find on the inside of buildings. That. I mean, it truly is like an old copper mining town. There's the old church. There's the old Kohlrabi theater. Oh, it's a theater, not a church. That's why. Check out some of the houses. Like that one's definitely an old house. That one's somewhat newish. Like this one up here, like that's totally from back in the day. Alrighty guys, that's gonna be it for today. There's like an old part of town, but there's also a new part of town which has like all like the common places. So I'm here at Starbucks, but today was just a great reminder of like how like all these little places. I went to a bunch of little places, got to see a bunch of unique little things. So not everything happens in one place, and it's just a great reminder of how there's so many people out there willing to help you make things happen. And like, because you share about what you're doing and the fact that you want to learn and you're trying to experience new things, it turns people on, because there's just not enough people out there trying to learn new things, understand the world around them, gain new perspectives on life, and that's what I'm all about. So if you guys ever have questions or you need help with anything, I'm here for you. I'm more than willing to help answer any questions, help you plan a trip, whatever it is. But I also ask that you share this with somebody else who you know who wants to travel or who needs help or who just wants to live vicariously through me, because my goal is to reach as many people as possible, to help as many people as possible, and to one day use this so that I can just continue to travel and share about things, which means I need a lot of people to be interested in that kind of thing. So if you guys have any questions, of course, always feel free to ask, share with somebody you know, and until next time, high five!